Welcome back to Streaming Media East 2022 here at the Westin Copley in Boston. Today I've got with me Yuriy Reznik, who's the VP of Research at Brightcove.
That's correct.
The Brightcove is, of course, a Boston-based company. Yuriy's based out in Seattle. So Yuriy, some pretty exciting news for you this year. The two Emmys that you won. You know, a lot of people in the industry were shown holding one Emmy, and I saw a picture of you with two Emmys. What were the Emmys for?
Well, it was indeed a very humbling moment, and Brightcove was honored by two Emmy Awards from National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Mm-hmm. One was in category of massively parallel workflows for media processing,
okay.
And that reflects work that's been done at Brightcove since very early beginnings when we started working on massively parallel transcoding processes, okay. Building products such as Encoder and Brightcove Studio at that time, and it was even before cloud systems existed. We did it in our data centers, and then eventually we transitioned to public clouds, to AWS and others. And the second Emmy was in category of perceptual metrics for optimized video encodings, and that reflects work that we've done in developing Brightcove ContextAware Recording. It's a technology for optimizing transcoding of video for streaming applications with multiple bit rates and resolution chosen for encoding, and we do it in a way that is preserving best possible quality as you send this composition of streams to the end users over CDNs.
In CAE is where I first met you a number of years ago. One of the things that it seems fascinating for you from a Brightcove perspective is you get to see end-to-end from the encoding through to the delivery. How do those different parts in the middle sort of feed into decisioning around CAE?
Excellent question. So Brightcove is really in a unique position by looking at problem holistically. We ingest videos, we transcode videos, we choose CDN to use, we have our own origin servers, connections to CDNs, and then our own players. And we have analytics systems that collects data from both players as well as CDNs. And from analytics data, we see statistics. We see network statistics, we see usage statistics, and the shapes of those network distributions is what we are using to drive CAE.
Okay.
And so this is, if you look at it, it's an end-to-end. CAE effectively works as an end-to-end optimization system. It's not only content-aware encoding, it's a context-aware encoding where we take into account not only properties of content, but also properties of networks, different devices that receive it, and the plurality of network distributions that we see.
And so just to make sure that people understand, while there are systems out there that focus on content-aware, meaning same perceptual quality at slightly lower bit rates, in reality, what you're doing is taking that plus what the network topology is at any given moment and making the decisions around the transcoding.
That's correct. Well, in VID scenario, we're looking at network statistics that are more or less steady state, which we collect based on previous deployments with same customer, with same audiences that they have. And it makes perfect sense. For example, if predominant receiving devices are mobiles, then those will be low bit rate renditions that will be of most interest. That's where you need to put more of them, and you need to optimize their resolutions and bit rates to be effective in that operating range. On the other hand, if you have broadband connections, it will be the highest renditions that will be pulled all the time. Of course, that's the only rendition you would care in that case.
Right. And it's interesting because it seems like oftentimes what you hear from people is, well, you never know who's going to watch your content. You need to go ahead and transcode it, all of these renditions.
Right.
It's fine. Obviously, there's a storage component to that. There's a processing component to it. But if you know through real-time data that you don't have people watching those other renditions, you don't necessarily have to go through that
Or
process.
you know that they will be watching across the border, but what's important is what is the shape of the probability
The
distributions.
probability, right?
Because those probability distributions is what allows us to shape our bit allocations most efficiently.
Okay, very good.
And that's a very unique aspect of what we
Sure.
do relative to other solutions.
Hence the Emmy. All right, well, Yuriy, thank you very much for your time. Always good to talk to you, and we'll be right back.